I've done that a lot where I'm like, oh, I didn't even
I didn't
record.
record it. Brooke's like, why didn't you record any of it?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when you said to me, you're gonna have a massive agency, and I was like, no, I'm not. And I feel like that kind of set something off in my head to the point now where I don't feel in control of that, as in I feel in control of the business, but I've built this business and this team, and it's like it's about their careers now and their, it's not for me to say. Obviously, I would say if I didn't want it to grow bigger, but it's like it's something that's bigger than me now. It's like this team who have their own careers and their own like expertise. Like these experts that we've got in now are just absolutely incredible. It's like 24 of us. I've just closed a deal with Heineken. We're working with them. We've got
No,
like it's
that's amazing.
yeah, yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
do you get like to test the products out first?
I'm hoping, well, it's with one of their indie brands. It's with
Content
Lagunitas,
shots
one
for
of their brands.
ads. We need
Yeah, we're like,
7
send us
days
some over.
revenues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just amazing. We've like one of our clients we've taken from, he was doing like a grand a month when we started working with him, and he's doing like 150 200 grand a month now, and it's just brilliant. And because we're working with a lot of like smaller business, like apart from Heineken, I think all of our clients at the moment are founder led, so we're like working with these people that it's just making such a difference to their lives. They're not reporting profits to shareholders and boards. They're like, oh, we can have a better Christmas or a better holiday or buy a better car or do better stuff for the kids. It's just such a nice feeling to be able to impact these people's lives, which has meant that my business grows. But it's like I don't know, you look around to a lot of businesses where you feel like it's sort of win lose. Like if you're making money, it's because you're, I don't know, ripping people off, or there's an element um of win lose there. But for us it just feels so, yes, we're making money, but we only make money if our clients make money and grow and stay with us. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's just been amazing. It's just been incredible.
Yeah. I think like the moment that I saw you, I I like I knew right away. I was like, man, this I remember I think we were placing bets amongst us on the team. We were like,
Oh
who's
yeah.
yeah, and I was like, Amanda is like definitely gonna be one to watch. Like she's gonna go really far. And I think it's like your as we were talking about before, like your mindset around business has very little resistance, it's almost like you don't have a lot of the like thoughts that a lot of entrepreneurs have or freelancers where it's like, oh, I'm never going to make it or it's
Mm,
never going to happen to me. It's like you just plant a seed in your head around like a business idea and you just like your mind is like, yeah, sweet, okay, cool, let's go create
yeah,
that. Totally
yeah,
possible to go from team of 6 to 24 during lockdown. Like, yeah,
yeah.
obviously that's what an agency
Everyone does that, right?
obviously, right? Is everyone landing
It's
Heineken here?
Do you know
What's
what though? The funny thing is, when I came out to New Zealand, I had this, as you know, I had this massive hang up about like my bankruptcy and business failure and all that kind of thing. And I remember the first day sat with everyone, and I mentioned it, and I've told this story so many times since, and everyone was like what, like you've been bankrupt. Like England we have this such a bad attitude around failure. We say that we like celebrate it, but I feel like the rest of the world, it was like, oh my god, like you've done this you've like got this badge of honor in business, and you've like really been in the trenches and had failure and had, and that, just even that response to it really helped. It didn't change my mindset completely, but it really helped shift how I felt about it, and what I thought, what I perceived as failure, seeing that other people saw it as this like yeah, like badge of honor, like rite of passage kind of thing,
it
was big
is,
for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you look at like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and all of those guys, and they've all gone through like you know, a dip in their careers or their businesses, and
Yeah.
then skyrocket on the back. So a
Yeah.
lot of times when you see someone going through like a bankruptcy or a hard time, it's like, ooh, I'm so fucking excited for you, because
Yeah,
like
like what's the
on the
story?
other
Tell me the
side is like,
story. Yeah, yeah,
yes, you know,
yeah.
it is. But you're right, it's so easy to also fall into like the whole like I'm a failure. And so that is a huge testament to you. And again, like going back to you, like being so powerful as a creator, because it is so easy to let those failures and those speed bumps get to you, and to then
Mm,
create narratives around what you will succeed at or what you deserve. And that's like where most people fall into, right? And they never get
yeah.
out of that. And the fact that you were able to pick yourself out of that and turn that into like rocket fuel for this agency is nothing short of, you really need to give yourself credibility for like cred for that. You need to like recognize yourself as like the insane manifester that you are. You have such like uh when you have such commitment, you know, to like
Mm,
perseverance, so, and resilience. And that's,
mm.
yeah, you definitely like need to pat yourself on the shoulder and focus on those things, because that's also gonna like help fuel other things for you, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no. But I mean, honestly, I honestly, well, I'm not even gonna say I don't think, like I know that I definitely wouldn't be where I am now without having that experience with you, and without falling into your goddamn funnel that's like, don't even look at me, I'll follow you around for the rest of your life, without starting on your programs and then being fortunate enough to come out to New Zealand. I think there's just no way, because that immersive experience. I always think of me on that bloody jet ski when I was like driving Miss Daisy around the perimeter, and all you lot were jetting off, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. I'm so
The
scared.
hike,
I'm gonna.
the hike, your
Oh
expression
my.
on the hike, you're gonna fucking murder me. Like you,
Can you believe I did it though? I can't actually
I'm
believe I did
so
it.
proud. And you were, it wasn't it good, right? To get to the
Oh, it was
top.
amazing.
Yeah.
But and even that, like, yeah, the fact that I remember I got a certain way up, not even that far, and I was like, Haley's got the car. I could go back and sleep in the car. I wouldn't want to, but Haley's got the car keys and she's already like way on ahead. I'll never catch up with her. I've got no choice. I need to keep going. I do have that focus and that drive, like, but the physical exertion of getting, I mean, it was, you were like, we're going on a hike. Brooke
I
was saying,
forgot it
put your
was
put your
uphill.
trainers on.
I forgot it was all uphill. I
It
was,
wasn't uphill, it was like that. It was torture.
well,
And
if
then
you haven't heard about our team hike on Great Barrier Island before lockdown,
I
have you?
really,
I'll tell you all about that
I
later.
saw some
Brooke,
pictures,
we
I
got
think,
so
yeah.
lost. Brooke was drinking lake water. We were so dehydrated. We all ran out of water. She was drinking water straight out of. Anyways, story for another
Oh
time.
my
Moral of the
god.
story is like never trust me to book. We
Yeah,
forgot to take a map on that hike. So, anyways, it was bad. It was really bad.
that's
But
horrendous. But
so actually
you're
one of the
alive to
things
tell the
that
tale.
huh?
You're alive to tell the tale.
The tail. Um, One of the things that I wanted to ask you about actually was, so you've obviously like are so like you've crushed it in your agency. You're doing so well. I want to know like what has been um in that journey, like after leaving and growing your business and your team, and you started masterminds and events, and you've got like a course out there, and you said you have like 500 businesses in there. What's been kind of like the lessons that you've learned in that journey, And then yeah, lessons that you kind of wished you had done differently, or things that you were like tapped into that you think would really help others along that journey too.
I think the number one thing that I did that means we're here, like I'm here now, was hiring for my weaknesses. So I know from the business failure and everything I've been through in the past, I know what I'm not good at. And that is like attention to detail and the kind of everyday stuff. I'm good at the ideas and moving fast and hiring people and adding on new departments and adding on new services and the creativity. I'm not good at making it happen. I'm good at the ideas, not so good at the execution. But that's okay. Like I've always beat myself up about that in the past, but that's actually fine if you've got someone on the team who is good at that stuff. So I just made sure that I hired really process driven people. So a lot of the team are like process ops people with the creatives and obviously the deliverers. You know, we have a team of like 8 ad
Who was
managers
the
now.
first person you brought on when you
uh
went back to the UK?
Debbie, who was already with me, who she was with me, I hired her a month before I came to New Zealand, so
Mm,
she worked
okay.
with me the whole time.
Mm.
But she worked with me in my old business that failed. She was like a manager with me then. So and she's now MD of the agency, and she's like just absolutely nails it. She lives her life by Asana, which I just can't even look at Asana. I'm just like, you do whatever you need to do in there. I'm like, I'm off. I'm doing my own thing. But she was the secret sauce to keep it going. She's like ops, detail, very process driven. We're
Yeah.
like two halves of the same brain. Like
Yeah.
together, I don't know, we just totally have that
And you
yin
need
yang
both,
thing, and
right?
yeah,
Like a business
totally, yeah,
both. It
totally.
needs like that vision and the like marketing and creative flair, but then it also needs systems and processes to grow.
Completely.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
totally.
it's really hard for like the high creative entrepreneur to, like, I'm so with you. I hate systems. Like I
Yeah,
hate.
yeah.
So who was the first person that she hired then, or that you guys hired on?
So the next person we brought on was Marley, who came on as an intern actually, and now she's one of our marketing managers. She's like double. She's been with us about 18 months. Like doubled her salary, and she basically runs our training programs now. So she's absolutely
Oh wow.
brilliant. And then it was another ad manager and then sales. So really like I think one of the things that I see, and I know that you see this as well because we've talked about it, but is people who I think one of the things that I did, this links to it, is I didn't take all the money out. So I see a lot of people who make the money, pay themselves the money, drain the business, make the money. Like I've always left money in the business. And I remember having this conversation in New Zealand. We were going through the numbers and you were like, Amanda, where's all the money? And I was like, it's in the bank. And you're going, oh, okay, that's great. Like, well done. That's brilliant. Most people don't do that because of the failure I'd had in the past. Like, I've learned my lesson. And so investing in a team early on, that doesn't mean I reached that burnout point where I was like, okay, now I need to do something. I need to bring in people or contractors or whatever. Reaching that point where like having building that team around me and investing in the team rather than paying myself a huge salary to begin with was definitely like one of my top pieces of advice, or
Yeah,
one of
that's
the
actually
reasons
like
why I
a
got there.
solid piece of advice. So important.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because otherwise you
I
just like
see.
stun yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, people like go, and there's this whole narrative, isn't there, about like 10K months, 20K months, whatever, 50K months, whatever. But if like there's a saying which is like go fast alone, go far together. And it's so true, isn't it? Like if you're by yourself, yeah, you can pay yourself more and you might be able to work faster and you get stuff done like in your own head. But you're not going to get past those months that you want to get to, which whatever
Yeah.
that is. And yeah, you're not gonna, if you want to build a team, then you have to invest in the team for definite.
So now you have 24 people on your team. You've done that in the space of a year, pretty much. When was Pay the
Well,
Invoice?
like 6 months, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 18 months since
18
that.
months.
So, but
Yeah, it
in
was.
March this year, we had 6 people in the team.
Oh, because Heike is almost 2, and Heike was.
Oh, and
Heike,
huge.
Heike, you need to
My
see her.
God, she's like a wolf.
She is. She was a sheep in her past life.
She's
Um,
huge.
so what do you do in your business now? Like what's the kind of like tasks or roles that you have when you have with the team that you have now?
So my day to day is generally I'm running an accelerator at the moment, so a lot of my time is taken up with coaching and stuff, which won't be the case next year. Next year for us is all about focusing on building our own ecom brands so that we have agency clients, ecom brands, and the training. So like 3 legs to the business.
Perfect, right?
So
Yeah,
huh?
perfect. Because
Yeah,
then you can like your team can cut their teeth
yeah.
on your own accounts, right? And it's like,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. So and it's an asset for the business, it's something that we can sell or whatever. So at the moment a lot of my time is spent coaching. Next year a lot of my time will be spent building out the
book
team and
launches,
building out new services. Big with what?
book launches,
Book
book tours,
launches,
book
yeah.
launch
Yeah,
tours. Yeah.
book tours.
Hopefully
Definitely a
there's
lot of
no
that
COVID.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Huh?
like the podcast and that kind of content creator building out, it's always cringy to say, isn't it, but like building out my profile, because I know if I do that then we get more leads into Soup and more people into the hub, and it has that, as it has that overall halo effect, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also I one of the benefits of building up your profile is when you have an audience, you can diversify and you can kind of like,
Yeah.
um if you sell your agency, you still have an audience, and you can
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And I
yeah.
like it. I like having like a platform to be able to talk about. One of the things about my bankruptcy was like going through it, like in those pits of depression and despair. I was like, I'm not going through this for nothing, I have to, if I can help it. And since I've started talking about it a bit more, so many people have got in touch saying I'm going through the same thing, or it looks like I'm going to have to go through that. Is it okay, will I kind of get by? And being able to help people with stuff like that is really, it sort of makes it not worth it. It doesn't make it worth it, but to be able to help means, makes it feel better.
Well, now that you're on the other side of it and you have the life and the business that you have now, like you probably would be, while telling the version of yourself going through it, like it's okay, just breathe.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
cannot even imagine how good it gets. Like just
yeah,
breathe, you know?
yeah.
Uh,
I said to Steve, my husband, a while ago, I said to him, would you, because we were together that whole time, and I said, would you go through what we went through if you knew what was waiting for us on the other side? Like, would you go through something that was that bad? If you had to go through something that bad to get to something that is this good, would you go through it? And he was like, there's a lot to be said for average, like we're so different. He's just like, I'd just take that smooth line every time, whereas I'm like, you'd go through that shit stuff to get to the amazing stuff, wouldn't you have to do that.
but what's interesting though, and this is a lesson for all of us in life, and when they say you give advice, it's the advice you need to hear. So I'm mainly talking to myself here. um, it's our perception of the experience that creates the suffering of it, right?
Yeah.
Because you are always going to be okay financially, even during bankruptcy. Like there would have been a bank or some kind of loan shark somewhere, or you could have gone stripping, like money.
Like, have you
So, like,
seen it?
but you will survive. Even if you're always going to be okay. Even in death, you're actually okay. But like our perception of the experiences that we go through and what it means for our ego and our identity, and also because we live a life in a capitalistic society that tells us, and we're guilty of doing this to people because we're marketers selling e-commerce things, that is telling people you must buy this in order to feel this way or in order to feel happy. So we've got it all backwards. So then we build up these things, these white picket fences, these businesses, these identities, and we become so attached to them, and they become our sense of self-worth and identity, that when they fall apart, or if we lose those, the suffering we experience in that contrast. But really, it's all in your mind. It's the perception, right? There's actually no physical pain. There's no one cutting you open. There's no one clubbing you on the head. So if we're able to actually, like, first of all, make ourselves feel full and joyful and like that love without any of those things, without the success, the business, then first of all, you're not afraid of losing that, and the experience becomes so much different when you go through it, because you're always going to be looked after. And so if you had to go through it again, hopefully it's with that wisdom. And so when you go through it, it's like, oh, I'm so excited for what's about to come.
What's next?
Good. And they do say, there is, a theory out there. It's probably full of shit, but I like it. It says like the purpose of life is to tell a good story, right? And when you like, what does every good story have in common? They kind of like, there's always like this protagonist facing this insane challenge that transforms them into something else to conquer whatever it is. And in order for you to go from where you were to where you truly desired in life, that quantum leap required this period of turmoil that you built in for yourself. And so you're just a great storyteller.
It's going to be a great chapter in the book.
How boring would your book be if it was like, God. Amanda went to school, I went to high school, I started a $1 billion cupcake company, then I started a $1 million agency, then I, had a nice house. Everyone would be like, and
boring. Yeah, that would be really boring.
Exactly. So now that you're on the other side of it, it's like, damn, that's a great fucking story. I went bankrupt on cupcakes. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, who would think? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's stupid. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, everything's just like easy. And it feels weird to say it, but it doesn't feel too easy, as in like, oh, this should be harder, I should be like suffering if things are good, but everything is just easy, like smooth and nice and planned and accounted, like everything's just looked after. We've got the right people in the right place, the right systems, the right processes, the right clients. We don't take on the wrong clients, and I think that's a bit of a thing you have to go through, isn't it, where you're like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work, but we kind of, it'd be nice to have the sale and all that kind of thing, and we just don't do that anymore. We just don't need to do that.
So how are you getting your clients in? What's your sort of like prospecting methods now?
Well, that's another benefit of, so we haven't run a funnel for about a year. So we were, because of a bit of the course, a bit of like just content, just putting content, we get a lot of referrals from our clients. So that's kind of what I mean. We just have this really nice positive cycle where we're getting referrals, people are talking about us. I've been doing a lot of like events and stuff like that. So pull people in that way. But we were spending like 5 grand a month on our funnel. We'd really, really scaled it up. It was working an absolute dream. And then we just had to
Instagram
turn it
as
off.
well, pretty well, right? Like you guys blew, you have like 20K follow 20.
20 followers, about that. Yeah, 14K. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you did that in 6 months, 18
Four,
months,
14, 1
14.
4, not 40.
So what's the
Yeah,
secret sauce with that? Just like hashtags and consistent content and just a lot of
consistency of like spending a lot of time on there as well, and really focusing on like shareable and savable content. That would be, so hashtags, yeah, for definite, but focusing on shareable and savable content is like my number one tip at the moment.
yeah.
Like forget all the, engagement pods and ads and all that stuff. I think if you really want to build, so we were running a full funnel for the Ecom Growth Hub, my like training program, and we were running like the full funnel, so going out to cold. And then once I built my Instagram up and we took all cold traffic off and we just retarget, we've got one retargeted my Instagram, one retargeting everything, one middle of funnel, and we reduced our CPA from 100 quid down to 30,
Wow.
just
That's amazing.
consistently. So we're still getting the same amount of people in, but we're just not going out to, which means like we get people in who know me, know my style, tend to stick around for longer anyway, because it's a monthly membership thing.
Yeah.
So all it's just better all round. We're not bringing people in who are like, oh, what's this? I didn't realize it was going to be like this. I'm going, it's just a real positive cycle. It's nice. Feels really nice at the moment.
And do you find that some of those people turn into like agency clients as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah. So about
Okay.
50% of our leads actually come from the hub now, which we didn't really anticipate. It wasn't really set up for that. It was more set up for the people who would never consider using an agency or never be in a position to. And it's just for them to learn how to do their own like digital marketing, ads, emails, content, all of that. Um
But
and
you build trust with them, right? And you build
yeah,
affinity,
yeah,
and then those
yeah,
people grow, or they get to a stage where they're like, screw that, I can't be asked doing this on my own. And
exactly,
then there's a
exactly.
relationship there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Those
And
are,
then
and
and
those
then
are
it's really
really high
nice.
quality leads, right? And really
Yeah.
high quality clients. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and they stay because they come to us because they know us, they know we can do a good job. They've already used ads, so they've sort of validated their own product and their own funnel in a way.
Yeah.
So we can then just scale them. So it's just, yeah, it just all works, all fits together.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have like the most important question of all.
Oh my
Would you
God.
do a season 2 of Pay the Invoice?
In New Zealand.
No, don't bring your virus. Coronavirus.
Oh my God, stop,
We're
don't.
super protected here.
Yeah, I know. I'll bring a fruit fly with me. Yeah, I would. Do you know
Couldn't.
what? That
We were so
that
not ready for that whole filming thing and like the depth of what that was gonna. But if we did it again, we'd be prepared. Poor Will.
yeah. If we did it again, I would definitely like cause some more drama.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
we get
do.
some like young, unsuspecting souls, more young,
Yeah.
hot guys.
Yeah, yeah. More. I would definitely, when you watch stuff like whatever, like reality TV, and you see people, it's so obvious people are playing up for camera time. I would definitely do more of that just to cause a bit more like tension. We all just got on so well, didn't we? Like,
So nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were like, can someone fall out or can we
Can we get
kick
a
off or
fight?
something? It was so good, wasn't it? It was such
Good
an
point. Yeah, good
experience.
point. We need a drama producer, whatever, that just like plants
What
like
happened? There was no drama, was there at all? Was there?
no drama. We don't want
I
no
don't.
drama. No
No,
drama.
we don't want drama. Everyone did good though, didn't they? Everyone's done well. Whether I think whether they've done well, like financially or whatever, or there was some people who just realized that actually the agency life wasn't what they wanted and they've gone down a different route. That's, you know, everyone got
Yeah,
what they
like
wanted out of
Shaw
it,
is
didn't
in
they?
uh like what do you call that? Like AI AI.
Oh wow.
No, it's
AI.
not the word I'm looking for, but she realized that she was really good at like numbers and automate like
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
programming, and so she's like
Mm.
studying like AI or something. I really
Oh, I need to get in touch with her. I haven't
yeah,
spoken
it's
to her.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Um,
amazing.
but thank you so much for getting on a call with me and
Oh,
doing
thank you
this
for
touching
thank
base.
you. No, it's been brilliant to catch up. It's been really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll just